Today is the day of the party at last. All of our hard work learning the bass guitar and forming this band for the party is going to pay off. And we had this nice CG there at the end of last episode with Aichi. Normally, I would say we need to do this for Toko, right? We need to impress her because we're starting a band, we're trying to pick up chicks. But we actually had this nice moment with Aichi, and I'm gonna say that we need to do it for her. Okay, I'm changing my tune a little bit. Aichi deserves this to be a great party and be a good payoff for all the members of the OC. So let's see how this turns out.
あ、星名先輩、チャロ
I love that she says that every time. It just brightens my mood. Aloha. Is that different though? I feel like she says something slightly different, but I don't know.
なんすか、どうしたんですか、まるでゾンビみたいですよ。
That's because he's literally talking about how he's been like sleep deprived multiple days. Yep, my exhaustion levels are off the
大
charts.
丈夫ですか、もしかして体調悪い？
I'm certainly not in peak condition here, but I should be okay. And it's still morning. I'll be back to normal by afternoon.
ならいいんですけど。
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Gosh, I was dragging this morning, like just trying to like get up and be motivated, like spend some time with my daughter. I was just like, oh, I felt like a zombie.
それで部活サボって練習した成果はどうですか？
Oh, well, I guess I'm pretty unsure of myself, so don't get your hopes up.
ちなみに背負ってるのってギターですか？
I really like this whole arc of us becoming like a part of a band. I think that's the coolest thing we could have done. A guitar, it's a bass.
え、ギターとベースって違うんですか？
I
同
don't
じ
know.
じゃないの？
Don't they call it a bass guitar? Isn't it? Can it not be both? It's not like a regular guitar, but I don't know. I can tell our next question will be, what do you need a bass guitar for? Hearing that would put a damper on all the effort I made into learning this thing, so let's change the topic, shall we? Hey, the bass in a song is absolutely important. I mean, just go listen to some Tame Impala and like listen to the bass in the background. If you didn't have that, not nearly as good. Never underestimate bass.
おはよう星野くん。
Ohayo.
チャロ
Aloha.
チャロ、めぐるちゃん。
The aloha is spreading. I know, and it's so bad.
おはよう
It's
ご
so
ざい
funny,
ま
it's
す。
so bad.
二人とも。
Ohio.
ついに本番だね。調子はどう？
Don't ask. Doing so just adds more pressure.
ああ、そうなんだ。
I'm getting nervous. Man, I'll end up literally paralyzed by nervousness at this rate. Anyways, let's get to work. Doing something should help me calm down. You want me to carve some pumpkins or make jack-o'-lanterns?
はい、よろしくお願いします。
I'm so excited because my daughter's finally old enough to like want to do those kind of things. So we're definitely gonna do it this year.
私たちは星野くん一人じゃ大変だろうからランタンを作る？
I don't even think I did like carving of pumpkins and stuff when I was a kid. I don't think I really had an interest in it, so I'm glad my daughter does. This will probably be like the first time I like seriously do it.
いえ、そちらは力仕事でもありますから、学生会の男の子にも手伝ってもらいます。
Is it really physical? I mean, you just use a knife, don't you?
じゃあ飾り付けですかね。
I think it's just a matter of like, what do you do? Do you draw? Are you supposed to like kind of draw the face on there and then you like kind of carve that? I don't think it's that physical. I wouldn't say it's not physical, but it's not
今
tough.、
戸隠先輩が小獅子さんたちと買い出しに行っています。戻ってきたら体育館の飾り付けを始めましょう。
Okay.
それで午後からはお菓子作りでいいのかな？はい、その予定です。
We're having cookies and pudding.
よーし、それじゃあパーティーに向けて最後の仕事を頑張りましょう。
All is quiet in our clubroom as several guys work at carving pumpkins. The office is a little uncomfortable in here, but at least I'm not sensing any bitterness or chilliness coming from the others. On the contrary, I'm actually sensing that they're focused and earnest. I guess that goes to show how much the student council wants to make the party a success. It makes sense considering this is the newly elected council's first big event. Thanks to their dedication, we're making very good progress. There are already around 10 finished jack-o'-lanterns. 15 are planned in all, and I'll be done with my share as soon as I finish carving my current pumpkin. Just gotta carve out the eyes and done. Whew. Looking good. After getting used to it with the previous few, the last pumpkin is my best one yet. I'm all done. I'll go ahead and take the pumpkin guts to the cooking room.
よろしく。
I like how when he talked, it gave me the option to replay the line or favorite it. Like, who's out here favoriting the student council guy who doesn't even have a face? Like, the pumpkins we're carving have more of a personality than he does, and apparently we can favorite his line. Gather up the leftover pumpkin guts, and then start making my way to the cooking room where the girls are. Be a waste to throw it away, so they're gonna use the guts to make some cookies and pudding. Ooh. I just tried the pumpkin spice frosty from Wendy's. Pretty good, I gotta say. Like, there's no real, like, pumpkin in there, let's be honest, guys. But not bad for just, like, a quick treat, you know? I feel like there's not a lot of places that have pumpkin stuff. Maybe, like, smaller businesses, but, like, chain-wise, I don't think there's a lot. I mean, clearly you can go to, like, Starbucks and get pumpkin stuff. They always have pumpkin stuff, but I don't know of a lot of other places that have anything pumpkin right now, and I really like pumpkin flavor. My wife, on the other hand, does not. And then I just gave my daughter a bite of the Frosty, and she's like, nah, I don't want any more. I thought that was so funny. Like, I don't know why. I've just always liked pumpkin. I admit it's not, like, the best. It's not something I would want that often, but I like it. Especially pumpkin muffins. That's my favorite for sure. Cookies and pudding handmade by the girls, huh? I know they're making them for everyone, but that doesn't change how much I'm looking forward to them. What a simp. Oh! Immediately humbled me, because I'm talking about simping, and then my favorite girl, the simp, appears. So, how is it going? Wonderful now that you're here. Just one more jack-o'-lantern left per person. Anyways, here's some more pumpkin guts. Aw, how romantic. Here's some pumpkin guts, by the way. How are things going on your side? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you need more people? That sounds great. I'm expecting some great snacks from her now. We're gonna play wonderfully. I can't dedicate it to her. I just said I was gonna do it to Aichi, but now that we have experience with the bass guitar, we can play her something later. Got it. Pressure's starting to get to me. Okay. Alright. Wait, we need to up the coolness factor here. Adding on even more pressure, please stop. Yeah, gosh, Suji, you're looking bad. She keeps telling you to man up and stop being a wimp. Like, please, you gotta act cooler than this. Get your point, but I never go to events like this in the first place. Stop being a wallflower. Now I suddenly have to perform on stage. My heart is pounding like crazy. You don't get nervous when appearing before a crowd? Yeah, I'm sure Toko was kind of put into a position where she had to do it quite often. I think once you are regularly doing it, it just kind of becomes natural. I just haven't done anything like that in a while, so the thought of being in front of people makes me nervous. How about you give me a reward? I mean, if I have the money, I'll treat myself to a fancy meal just because I'm still alive and I need something happy in my life, okay? Sometimes life's rough. You just need something, and maybe good food is what you need. Hey, yo. Toko? You're right, it was totally unnecessary. Why does she always like this? I guess her bluntness on sexual topics is part of what makes her popular, makes her come off as candid and approachable. But doesn't she get embarrassed saying things like these? Anyways, I get what you're trying to say. It's technically a good idea, but the problem is I don't have any real hobbies or interests. I can't think of anything that will get me excited. It was fine advice, I just can't think of anything that would motivate me.
そっか。まあそういうのはいきなり言われても困るかもね。ヨーガス、じゃあこうしよう。
Hell
もし
yes!
舞台を
Let's
しっかり
go!
盛り上げることができたら、お姉さんがご褒美を差し上げましょう。
Okay. Our motivation's suddenly there. We're going to perform like AC/DC, okay? We're gonna be Metallica. We're gonna be performing like the best guitarist, bass guitarist you can think of, okay? We're gonna be up there. You
も
to
し
me?
かしてやる気出すぎちゃったかな。
Not at all. I wasn't excited whatsoever. I don't know, motivated is the right word.
と言っても過度な期待やエッチなことをお願いされちゃうと困るんだけどね。とにかく成功を目指して頑張ろう。
Damn, it can't be anything sexual. I guess she's not holding our hand.
さてと、そろそろ戻らないと。
Okay. Senpai returns to the cooking room with the pumpkin guts I handed her. A reward. If anything, that just made me even more nervous. Knock it off, Shuji. You need to focus.
じゃじゃーん。どうですかね。
Wow. Different. Definitely too revealing. That's literally just a bra, guys. Like that if anything is a sports bra. Like that's all that is. How are you even allowed to wear that?
ゴー、食べちゃうぞ。なんちゃって。
Okay, I didn't notice the cat paws too. That's adorable. I love it. It's I think it's supposed to be lewd, but I think it's just cute. I think it's just kind of cute. It's looks great on you.
そうですかね。なんか照れますね。
That's literally just a bra, though. That's all that is. There's no way you'd be allowed to wear that to school. That just looks really fits your cheerful personality.
ありがとうございます。先輩もよく似合ってますよ。
Oh no! If this is her costume, what are the other girls wearing? I don't know about that. There's nothing special about it. My Halloween costume is a vampire costume. Okay. Basically just a super long cloak with my school uniform underneath. They think the girl stripped and measured me, ogled me all over. It doesn't sit right with me. What was the point of taking measurements for this kind of costume? As for Inaba-san's costume, I guess she's a wolf girl. I have to say there's not a lot of fabric there, but she seems pretty into it.
似合ってるのが一番ですって。
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like below. Like, you're showing your entire stomach, you're literally just wearing a bra, and then you have this, thing over it. Like, you're not wearing much at all.
ねね先輩も似合ってますよ。ありがとうございます。でもちょっと落ち着かないですね。着慣れない服は。
She's not wearing much either, honestly. I'm gonna be honest though, when I first saw it, like before I saw the part up by her head, I thought she was like supposed to be a sexy nun. I was like, damn, okay. You're not used to wearing this kind of revealing outfit? Doesn't her witch outfit make her a lot more nervous? That's exactly what I was thinking. That's way more revealing. I mean, this really shows off her boobs though, like holy shit. You know, witch outfit was crazy revealing to say the very least. What would happen if the guys at school knew she wore clothes like that?
星名くん、
Oh, it's nothing. I wasn't thinking anything weird at all.
そうなんですか。
Nuh-uh.
私はてっきり普段はもっと恥ずかしい格好をしてるじゃないか。
Nuh-uh. The look you're giving me hurts. Please stop.
どうせ私なんて痛くて恥ずかしい格好をする女なんですよ。
You look great in your current costume, at least. You shouldn't feel embarrassed by that. What's it supposed to be, though?
多分キャラクターのようなコンセプトのあるものじゃなく、普通のゴシックなドレスだと思います。ハロウィンにゴシックな服はメジャーですから。
It's kind of giving me like a female vampire vibes because she's got these things in her hair. They look kind of like bat wings. So that's kind of what I was getting. Like maybe she's some kind of vampire or I don't know. It's news to me. Good to
で
know.
も本当に大丈夫ですか？おかしくないですかこの格好。
Okay.
その着方を間違えているところとか、実は似合ってないなんてことは。
Dang, you had a really long line. I was ready to say something, and I'm like, holy shit, she's still talking. Sorry, Nene, I'm not even thinking of you anymore, and I feel bad. Like, you're literally in front of me, and I'm just... My mind's elsewhere. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Samugi's wearing, too. But Toko. What is Toko wearing? Now that they're all wearing something revealing, what is Toko wearing? Oh, we're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. They put it on the way. Does it look awful with me? No, it looks really good. I like it a lot. It does look like a sexy nun costume. I kind of wish they went that direction. Like, just take the things out of your hair and put something else on. I don't know. Or, you know what I think she would look good in? Is like a sexy nurse outfit. I think that would look good on her too. You look great. I'm positive you'll draw a lot of attention, and in a good way. You almost look too good in it, so don't worry. That goes against the Japanese way. You're not supposed to drag attention to yourself.
そうですか。ありがとうございます。
I feel like Japanese girls are really conservative too. I don't think they'd be showing that much skin. Those two costumes are solid, that goes without saying. I do think those are way too revealing for like a school event. But apparently they're not going to question it, so I won't. Looks so good, I'm a little worried they'll scare off potential costume contest entrants. There we go. I know English, I promise. Anyways, the main problem we have is...
ごめんね。
Oh, she gets sick while wearing it. I don't know, I feel like Tsumugi would go like a Orin High School host club vibe, like where she would kind of dress up as a guy.
気にしないで。
Oh, your guys are in here? What the heck?
よくわからないけど仕方ないよ。ちゃんと好みとかいろいろ聞いておけばよかったのに。そんな本当に私の問題だから。
The outfit they made for Shiba-san is the classic white and blue Alice in Wonderland costume. I would have loved to see that. What? Of course, a very girly outfit, and thus the condition with which her contract is triggered. Basically, the expected outcome. Damn, they're not going to show us?
せっかくだからこういうのも着てみたいなって思って。
I would have liked them to show it, and then her just get sick after, so I at least could have seen it. I'm so disappointed. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
もしかしたらって一縷の希望にかけてみたんだけど、やっぱり無理だったみたい。
Nothing wrong with you wanting to join the fun with everyone else.
困ったね。
I can't be caught looking at this. Nope. Nope, the wife wouldn't approve. She looks like one of those early Mortal Kombat characters, you know, that are like look really like sexual, and then they are like do a fatality and rip your spine out. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. I can't be caught looking at this, guys. Yeah.
あれもどうして？変かなこの格好。似合ってない？
This is bringing out feelings in me I don't want to feel right now. In no way does it look bad. It looks great on you, actually.
何がいけないの？
It looks too good on you. That outfit is a bit too explosive. How were they allowed to wear this at school? I just want to know if I had the adult patch, would this be any different? Because I hope not. Clearly just out there for everyone to see. Hot damn. Such a skimpy outfit, nothing's left to the imagination. It's literally oozing with natural sexiness. I feel guilty just looking at me, or at it. Yet I can't look her in the eye either. Her outfit is making me embarrassed. I want to do this, okay? I want to compliment her, and everything in me says to compliment her, but I think route-wise, I'm supposed to look away. And that's sad to me. That's sad that I have to do that. Okay, we double checked just to see if I can get away with doing this. I can compliment her. Let's go! Okay, we simp. You look great in that. I almost feel bad looking at you. It feels kind of wrong doing so.
谷間にお札を挟んでみる？1万円札から受け付けるよ。
Holy shit! Wow, okay. This... I love Toko's character. Have I said that? Toko's character is the funniest thing, and I love it. She's just best girl. Like she just is. Like I gotta go through her route in Nene's and to really determine, but there's just no way. Like it's just so good. Mama's gotta pay the bills. I love this mommy dommy attitude. It is the best thing. So good. 10,000 yen ones only. Like damn. So expensive, oddly tempting. Even Shuji's sipping. Even Shuji's sipping.
顔真っ赤にしながら乗らなくてもいいのに。
I would love to use this as the thumbnail for this episode, but I just feel like this is too lewd, and I don't think I could get away with it. I don't know, YouTube's really weird about you doing stuff like that. Well, that's the funny thing is you can go and find a lot of sexual thumbnails, but then it would be me, the one person who would probably get like a notice, like, oh, it's too sexual, Justin, can't do that. I don't think she's joking though. She says you play along with my joking. I don't think she is. I think she's serious. Kind of set up that thing. I have no idea when this happened, when she got so into us, and I feel bad because she just blew off her friend who had feelings for us. But we get things like this, so I mean, sorry, you know, we just have to be the one who receives it all. I guess it's our curse. The costume is that. Is she a succubus or something?
確か被服部の人は吸血鬼って言ってたかな。
We're a vampire too? What a coincidence! We could be vampires together. Whatever it is, it looks a great
ありが
idea.
とう。本当いいの？私もはしゃぎたい。
Please tell me Sugi gets something. Like, it doesn't have to be super sexual. Like, I don't care if it's super sexual. I just want to see her dressed up.
今からでもできる男の子のコスプレとか考えてみる？いえ、そこまでしてもらわなくても。着られないのは私のせいなんですから。
They really need to move away from the CG. It's too good. It's like I literally just need to like cover up my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
それにパーティーを楽しむのに支障はありませんから。そう？はい。それにもう時間もありませんから。一般学生も集まる時間です。そろそろ体育館に行かないと。
For everyone's sanity, we need to move away. Already this late. Wow. How are you guys doing today, by the way? I'm on a high. I'm feeling great. Like, you know, life is a wonderful thing. Some days are better than others, but like today has just been a great day. A really great day. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. But it's just wonderful. Life feels like it's worth living today. That's a rare feeling. Are Karya and Kaido going to show up now as well? I want to meet up with them before the party starts and go through everything just in case.
どう？この中でなら星名くんは一体誰に投票する？ほら、コスプレコンテストの。
Oh, I don't know. No hesitation. No hesitation. I knew as soon as I started saying that, who would you vote for? I knew who I was gonna vote for. Ah, I gotta go back.
シーンが戻るよ。
This hurts. This hurts my soul. I said I was gonna go down her route first, and this hurts so bad. I mean, she looks great too, like, don't get me wrong. I think it's weird that she just has a bra underneath. Like, I feel like that was the weirdest part of the costume to me.
なるほど。めぐるちゃんが有力なのか。
No, it's a lie. I'm sorry. It is a complete lie. But I have to go down that for route purposes. Only if no one else who enters impresses me more.
私は誰に入れようかな。
We don't know who else who participates. There's no need to rush a decision.
そうだね。会場に着いてから考えることにするよ。
Guys, here's the thing. We abandon all the other routes. We just go down Togakushi's and I end the game there. And I can move on. I'll go play, I don't know. I'll go play something else you guys have recommended.
よ もうすぐ本番だよ。みんな準備はいいかな?
She has a sprite. There's a sprite with her wearing the costume. This is the kind of character that when you close the visual novel, when you decide you're done reading for the moment, that you still think about later. Like, you think about that moment and you're like, oh, that CG was wonderful. It inspired me. It brought feelings to me that I never knew I had.
はい、大丈夫です。私も平気です。それじゃあそろそろ。
We've just been robbed of some Mugi. Oh shit, was that our phone?
誰か携帯鳴ってません?
Oh, it's mine.
もう、せっかく勢いをつけるところだったのに。
Yeah, sorry.
もしもし、修二か。問題が発生した。ライブがやばい。
What happened? Hey, yo?
ごめん、風邪ひいちゃった。
How did you catch a cold? We were the one working our ass off. What? Are you serious?
本当にごめん。
You don't need your voice. You just need your hands. You're fine. I apologize. It's not your fault. She need to be resting at home, though. That's the interesting thing. I'm guessing the option to focus on the band would have focused more on Wakana. I wonder if this would have happened had we chose the band instead.
熱もないし、咳も収まってる。風邪は治ってるんだ。
No, I don't want you to talk about being sick, because I have a weak immune system, okay? I have a disease. I have an autoimmune thing. So I get sick easier. I'm glad I finally figured that out at 26 years old, that, like, I have this shit going on. Because I always wondered, like, I always felt like I got sick all the time. Like, more than other people. I'm just like, do I have just a weak immune system? And I finally figured that out. So I don't like hearing about being sick, because you know what? I will get sick. I will get sick just hearing about somebody else getting sick. You know, when COVID came around, I got it like so many times. Like, I literally got every strain. Every time there was a new one, I would get it. And it's freaking sucked. So don't talk about being sick with me.
これは違うんだ。喉をやられた影響が残っちゃってて。その痛みのせい。本当に風邪は治ってるから。
I know, having a sore throat sucks.
ギターだって問題なく弾けるんだよ。
That's why I can't do these videos all the time. Like, if I physically could, I would probably spend a day just playing visual novels and recording them, right? But physically, my voice, I can't do that. I don't know if it's the way I talk when I'm recording these. Like, it physically hurts my throat after a while. That's why I can't do more than like 2 hours. And part of that's just because I talk so much, but I have to read all the voice lines and stuff. I'm just constantly talking, and it's really hard on my throat. Because I'm a person who doesn't generally talk much during the day. Like, I really don't. I'm not like a social butterfly by any means. So doing this is the most talking I will do, like, ever. Arya states her case with enthusiasm. Place my palm against her forehead just to make sure. True, you don't seem to have a fever. I don't know. I haven't really had much of a fever the last few times I've gotten sick. It's mostly been like a sore throat, and then, you know, like regular like cold symptoms. And then sometimes I get like a stomach. I think the last time I got sick recently was like a stomach flu or something.
でしょ?
I blame the tap water here because, like, I filter it now instead of buying water bottles, because buying water bottles is like, I think it's more pricey, and then it's just bad for the environment having that much plastic, of course, right? But I moved on to just doing like filters and stuff, and I don't know, I think the water here kind of irritates my throat sometimes. Looks like she really is fine though outside of the hoarse throat, which is all well and good, but
ここまで来てやめるとか言わないよね。
I kind of want you to do it anyways. Thing is,
若菜ちゃんの言葉を信じてギターは任せるにしてもボーカルの問題かな。
was she gonna do vocals? I didn't know that. Exactly, that's where the problem lies. Karya just wasn't our guitarist, she was our vocalist too. Ooh, can we have Meguru sing? Because we're going down her route. Have Meguru sing? Yeah, that'd be cool. Or I would like Obviously, I'd like Toko, but let's put Toko aside for one moment, okay? Shocking, I know. Nene would be cool. I would love to hear Nene play, or Samugi. Like, any of the other girls, really. I think it would be cool. Means we need another singer.
星名が歌うとか
No, 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 no. There's no way I could sing on top of that. It would end poorly for sure.
じゃあカイドウは
俺も自信ねえよ。いきなり演奏しながら歌えって言われても、さすがにその経験はない。
We were just talking about being sick, and I feel like I need to sneeze now. I'm literally getting a cold just from talking about it. Give me 1 second. Okay, I literally had to pause the video to blow my nose. Like, you know those drinks that have like a hint of lime in them? It's like sparkling water with like a hint of lime or something else. It's literally just sparkling water, and then they put it in the same room as a lime. Like, that's me with like somebody who is sick. Like, I'm not even around them. There's no way they could like spread it to me. Like, just the fact that they're there apparently gets me sick, because I'm like, I literally had to sneeze, and my nose, like, I felt it within like moments of them talking about being sick. That's how weak my immune system is. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, drumming and singing at the same time, and I go, well, there's people that can do that. I've seen bands that they're drumming, and like the drummer does like screamo while they're drumming. I'm like, what? Absolutely crazy.
下手すると歌とリズムが両方ダメダメになると思うぞ。あとマイクを気にして思いっきり叩けなくなりそうだ。
Yeah, I think with drumming, it's better if they just kind of do like maybe a line or something, or maybe just background vocals. So that way they don't have to be too focused on it. Besides, the song is intended for a female
やっぱ
vocalist.
り
難しいだろうな。
Okay, I'm curious who's gonna step in though.
そっか
Somebody is.
せっかく頑張ってきたのに私がダメにしちゃったね
How are you?
いやでもほら、ボーカルがいなくても演奏はできるからなんとかなるって。
Yes, doesn't mean we can't play on stage
でも
anymore.
さやっぱり歌はあった方が盛り上がるよね
まあそういう一面はあるな。いやすまん。別にそん
Yeah,
なつも
be a
りは
little
な
bit
かっ
more
たんだけど。
positive, okay? Of course it would get to her. We're catching a cold is why we no longer have a singer. The person at the root of these kind of situations is usually the one who feels the worst. The pain I'm feeling right now shows how much agony and frustration she's going through. I wonder if it's going to be Sumugi, because did we have an option to compliment? I don't think we did, because she didn't get dressed up. So we had Inaba. Let's see, we had Inaba. Was Aichi an option? I don't remember. And then we had Toko, and then we had the option to like just say we're focused on the band or something like that. Maybe it'll be Sumugi who ends up singing for us. That'd be cool. Worst case scenario, this could leave an emotional scar. So for many ways, you guys get everything prepared and enjoy the party for a while.
お前はどうするんだよ。
I'll try and find us a vocalist.
探すって。
Not like we wrote our song for this. There are others who might know the lyrics. We won't have time to rehearse, so we'll just have to wing it.
他に方法はないか。まあそれでも俺らが歌うよりはマシだろうな。
Yeah, I think it'll still be fine. You okay with that too, Karya?
それでいいというよりもそれがいい私も手伝う
Yeah, it's okay, Wakana. Just focus on
はいはい、
keeping
落ち着い
yourself
て。
good.
さらに喉を痛めちゃうからね。
Yeah, go take some Dayquil or something. You'll be fine. And just leave the search for a singer to me.
心当たりはあるのか？いや、ないよな。修二にそんなのあるわけないよな。悪い、変なこと聞いて。
Could have at least waited for my reply, though you're not wrong.
どうするの
And I'll try talking to the girls in the OC. If things go well, I might have one of them to fill in. I don't know, like, are any of them good at singing that we know of? I don't think we've heard any of them singing. But one of them might be a surprise singer. Frickin' Hideki was a surprise drummer, so could you help us out?
めぐるは大勢の人の前で歌うだなんて私も歌はちょっと
Come on, Tsumugi.
無理星野くんの力になりたいとは思ってるけど
Oh, it's not gonna be her.
私音痴だから逆に迷惑をかけると思うから
Just a school party, so it's not a big deal if you're a little off key. I mean, I may have practiced a lot, but I'm still a total newbie
多
myself.
少じゃないんだよ私本当に音痴 人前で歌うだなんて絶対に無理。とてもじゃないけどできない。ごめんなさい。
I feel like a girl who says this is like, oh, I can never sing, I'm not that good. And then she would like go and sing this whole amazing track. That's fine, I'm just gonna make it pretty... I know I'm making a pretty unreasonable quest here. What about you, Tokukushi-senpai?
私
You used to being in front of a crowd, right?
確かに舞台で喋ったりするのは慣れてるけど、正直なところ
Ooh,
その歌
we're gonna
知
get
らないん
Aichi
だ
then?
よね。
I'd be down for
聞
Aichi
き覚えも
to
なくて
sing.
ごめんね。
Don't worry, Toko. You are perfect in every other way, so don't worry about it. She doesn't know the song that it doesn't matter how good of the crowd she is. And as for Shiva's song, regardless of how bad she is at singing, I don't think I should push the issue if she's resistant to this idea. Which leaves Aichi-san.
あ、はい。
Do you know the song we're planning on playing?
一応は。
Sorry, this is my favorite song from the soundtrack. Yeah, I put it as my little... I don't know if you guys noticed. I put little, like... I changed the little end screen for my videos. So I've been trying to make one for, like, each game that I play. I've been kind of working on those in just free time. Because I don't know. It takes me forever to come up with stuff. Like, it's not that hard. It shouldn't take that long. It's just... I can never decide on something. But I put this song as the little ending song, and I love it. It's great. Then would you help us out?
私がみんなの前で歌うということですか？
Right.
でも本当に聞き覚えがある程度で歌詞もうろ覚えですから自信がないと言いますかうまく歌えないと思います。
Aichi's gonna go up there and she's gonna rock this song.
それに私にはそのあれがありますから逆に迷惑をかけてしまうんじゃないかと。
Come on, Aichi. I'm going up there and doing this for you. I dedicated it to you over Toko, okay? If I can do that, you can do it for me, okay? Let's rock together. Considering her random fits of horniness, I feel bad dragging her to a place that's difficult to escape from when things go bad. Besides, she said her fits happen more often when she's focused on attention and is nervous. I guess I should just ask the girls in the student council, and if that doesn't work out.
でももし
Yes, let's
それでもよ
go!
ければ私が力になります。
Alright.
私でよければお手伝いをさせてほしいです。
Hell yeah. That's what I wanted to hear.
はい、
Oh, look at
手
this.
作り
This is
かぼちゃ
nice.
プリンだよ。どうぞ。
I like how some of these girls are just in cute uniforms. You got the girl on the right with the red hair, you know, kind of revealing. Oh, you didn't even dress up. Pumpkin pudding, that sounds
あ
good.
りがとうございます先輩。
We didn't get to see Koshiji looted. Sad.
戸隠先輩の手作り。
Okay. Yeah, we still haven't gotten over it.
いやそんなことないって。むしろすっぱりと諦められたからこそ。とはいえ、じゃあ意識しないかってなると急には無理ってだけ。
I don't blame you. I'm simping over her, so I really don't blame you.
そうそう、いいんだって。本当に私のことは気にしないで。
Wait, dang, who is...
パーティーを楽しみなよ。
Hold up, I need to observe the back here. So we got this cute witch girl here. Who is she? How come she's not dateable? And then we have somebody who's wearing the sexy nurse outfit right there. That's what I wanted. I think Toko would have looked good in that too. I don't mind Toko's outfit. Like, it was great. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked something a little bit different. Because we already said we're a vampire. And I already feel like Nene's was kind of vampire-ish. I was like hoping they would do something a little different, you know? But I understand it's Halloween. There's always so many options.
なんか舞台でやるんでしょ？期待してるよ。
Really laying the pressure on Thick just like everyone else.
とにかくよろしくね。
I mean, there's not that many people here. Let's be honest. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 background characters right now. That's all there is. Oh, she's smiling a lot, so I guess there's nothing to worry about, probably.
何の話ですか？
Oh, nothing.
そうですか。にしてもすごい人ですね。結構人気のイベントなんですかね。
I'm sure they just didn't draw that many people, but still, there's not that many in here. Maybe it's student organized, so it's pretty chill and informal. The costume aspect is pretty fun. I guess like the school isn't like super involved in this. Is that why everyone's wearing something more revealing? There's also that, don't you think?
あれこっちはクッキーだよ。美味しくできたから食べて食べて。
Alright, I will eat every single cookie you
あれ
have.
ですか。
Fugakushi-senpai is in charge of handing out cookies and pudding. Like I felt back in the club room, that was one incredible costume. Yes! Suji's sipping too. I love it. He knows. He's a knower. Especially around her cleavage. I mean, she does have probably the biggest chest. That's not the reason I like her, because like I appreciate small chests too. I mean, boobs are boobs, right? But she does have a big chest. It's pretty big. She's like the Yayoi of Sabbat of the Witch. Then I never heard that frustrated gasp. Word got out about Togakushi-senpai wearing a costume here, which is why so many guys showed up.
それに
Yeah,
ね
I
ね
mean,
先
why
輩
not?
もいますしね。でもその割にはちゃんと女子の参加者も多いんですね。
I mean, if we go based off the background characters, there's more girls than guys. Surprised, I guess they just want to cut loose after the midterms, and after the third years probably want to take their minds off studying. Maybe some of them are just trying to impress their crushes. Like a field trip to school party could be a good chance to get a lot closer to the special someone.
確かにそれはありますね。
For sure, for sure. Especially with this party, you can wear a sexy costume. I'm sure a lot of girls are here just because they like showing off.
ちょっと派手だったかな。せっかくだから気合を入れたけど。
Ah, get Akira out of here.
過ぎちゃったかも。
Nobody cares. I don't
でも
care.
似合ってるよ。そうかな。
No, I don't even care. I'm not even gonna read it.
コスプレコンテストの投票もう済ませたんですか？
Get focused on the band performance. What about you?
自分もまだですね。でもやっぱりねね先輩と戸隠先輩が人気みたいですよ。
I don't know. I think if you're participating, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Because I mean, would you vote for anybody but yourself? Let's be honest. I think it's funny because presidents here in the United States, I think they get to cast a vote too, which I think is funny. I mean, yeah, it's your right to vote, whatever. But I think it's just funny that you can vote for yourself. You always look at the vote count for people. You're like, oh, one of those doesn't matter. They were gonna vote for themselves anyways. Not too surprising. Togakushi-senpai in the costume is bound to be popular. Where's our other top
ねね
candidate?
先輩ならあそこです。荷物とかまとめたあっちの隅っこ。先輩たちの合わせた曲と原曲を聴いて勉強してます。勢いで手を挙げたものの、なんだか怖くなってきました。なぜ私はあの時あんなことを言っちゃったのか。
It's funny because Nene's the one that gets along with everybody. Everybody likes her. So you would think like she wouldn't be too nervous around people because there's nobody that hates her. Like there really isn't. But she still gets nervous sometimes. I understand she gets nervous when it comes to her like the witch side of things, with her condition and her outfit. I would understand getting a little bit nervous about that, but I think it's funny that she gets nervous like outside of that.
もしあれが来たら誕生でみんなに見られながらこの前みたいなことに。落ち着いてあやちさん。ほらこれ飲み物をもらってきたよ。
But that's the thing. So you're nervous already, right? If you're up there performing and you run off because you got something going on, you can literally just say, hey, I got so nervous that I was getting sick and I had to run off stage. You literally have the best excuse. Is it going to embarrass you a little bit? Yeah, but your condition was already going to do that.
ありがとうございますシーバさん。言わなきゃよかった言わなきゃよかった言わなきゃよかった言わなきゃよかった言わなきゃよかった言わなきゃよかった。
I love how it got like more tighter there at the end when she was saying it. Pretty nervous, huh? It's only natural though.
無理もないと思いますけどね。何の練習もなしにいきなり舞台に上がれなんて言われたら。
Yeah, I mean, she has the hardest job because she's literally in front of everybody singing and she just got this like final notice. We've been like at least practicing, so even if our performance isn't that great, like the focus isn't gonna be on us.
おい修二、そろそろ俺らの時間だぞ。
Oh, we get to see his costume. What is he, the Mad Hatter? Nothing. Well then, Ito-san, I'll leave things to you.
はいはい。先輩の舞台楽しみにしてますからね。
I love this look right here. Smug. And then she's got like the cat hands and stuff. I really wish they would have gave her something other than the bra. I think it just looks weird. I think it's supposed to go for like that natural like like you're wearing nothing look because you're an animal, right? Like animals technically don't wear anything, they just have fur, and then she's got like this fur kind of, what do you call these? Like, would that be like a vest? I don't even know. I'm sorry.
あれバレました
I don't know. I really like Samugi too with the twin tails. I haven't mentioned that yet, but I really do like twin tails, especially when my wife does it. I know we've been married for like almost 4 years now, but I still get excited when she like dresses up or does something cute, you know? She doesn't do it really often, I'll be honest. And I've tried to get her to do things like that more often, just because I appreciate it as a guy. But I think that's like the nice thing, that's like, even though I've been with her so many years, I still like get excited when she does cute things. Like that tells me like I'm still in love with her, right? Not to get too sentimental here. Leave my post and join up with Kaido and Karya. Karya, how are you doing? Any sign of your cold returning or anything? Now, who is she dressed up as?
喉が痛い以外は問題なし
I'm gonna be honest, the first thing I think of when I see her outfit is Nene's kind of casual outfit that she wears. It kind of looks like something similar to that, except without like the kind of, what would you call it? It's not like quite a jacket that she wears, but it's like it's kind of like a button-up thing. I don't know. I know there's a name for that, and I'm blanking on it.
当然俺も問題なし。てなわけで、機体のボーカルを拾って舞台に向かいますか。
Zarvoglu seems to be on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
おいおい、今さら会話聞かんぜ。探す時間がない。
それにあやちさんが歌うイベントがあるってもう噂が流れちゃってるみたいだから
I hope that that's not announced at all until she's doing it, because I think that would be great. We end up with a riot in our hands if we screw this up.
どうしても無理ってことなら仕方ないな。できる限り出てもらいたいもんだ。
I just are you okay? Think you can go on stage?
ダメかもしれませんこのままだと心臓が爆発してしまいそうで
Gosh, I didn't know you had such bad anxiety, like, just like me, for real, for real. Talking about your nerves inside you getting a fit.
思い出させないでください
Don't remind me of that.
今のところは平気です緊張してるせいかそんなのを感じてる余裕もなさそうです
Like, this is a good, accurate representation, though, of having, like, social anxiety. I would know, right? Like, I have this, too, where I literally cannot think of anything else. Like, it is so all-consuming when you have to do something. Like, you know, you have to get up in front of people, or you have to perform, or do anything like that. It's crazy how nervous you get. And especially... because she hasn't practiced much. She just kind of got thrown into this a few hours ago. I did have a time where I did like a dance performance with like a bunch of other people. I was with my crush. I was doing it with the first girl I ever fell in love with. And I practiced so much with her that I think I got less nervous, and then I also I just enjoyed being with her. So I think that was one time that I performed I didn't get super nervous. Other than that, though, like anything else where I have to do public speaking is just terrible. I do that thing where I'm just like losing track of words, or I talk really fast. I'm not like a terrible public speaker, but it's definitely not something I enjoy.
でもやります今さら逃げ出したらいろんな人に迷惑がかかりますから
Aichi-san putting herself out there despite being nervous about her fits is unusual. Actually, this might be a first. I don't know her reasoning, but this is what she really wants, and I want to support her. Yeah, I wonder if she'll have any problems, because she had a problem just reading from a book when we were in class at one time.
星野くん
It's alright, Aichi-san. If anyone's causing trouble up there tonight, it's me.
そうそう。あやちさんはそんなに緊張しなくていいんだって。準備不足でろくな練習もなく、いきなりバンドを組んで舞台に立つなんて最初から無謀。失敗して当然。
Yeah, this was like such a thrown together terrible idea, but I'm really excited for it.
そしてこんな舞台に引きずり出したのは全部修二の責任だ。
I think it's really cool. You wanted to form a band, you know.
そうだっけ?
I mean, I never touched a bass guitar before last week. Telling me to learn the bass in a time span was just a wee bit unreasonable, don't you think?
確かに狂気の沙汰だわ私 楽器については詳しくありませんが、それが無茶だということはわかります。
あれ、もしかして俺一人が悪者パティーン？
No, I'm sharing responsibility as well. This is all our fault, Kaido. So even if we screw up and get laughed at, you two girls won't be to blame. They'll just laugh at us together with the audience.
なんか自分の心配をしてる場合じゃない。むしろ超初心者の星名を心配すべきだ。そうかもしれませんね。私なんて歌うだけなんですから、星名くんに比べたら簡単な方ですよね。
Like I said, I think Aichi has it worse. I think he definitely has a lot of pressure, because, I mean, if he's screwing up, I mean, you're going to hear it, right? But, I don't know. I think she has all the eyes on her, mostly. Can you stop laying the pressure on me?
気にすんなって。どうせ下手なんだから。
Wow, okay. It pisses me off to hear you say it. I feel like I did as well as I could with the limited time I had to practice. At the end of the day, my base skills are crude at best, and no amount of practice would overcome that. But still, I want to see the fruit of my labor for myself. Even if I make an ass out of myself up there, I'm sure I'll walk away from this experience a richer man than before. Anyways, Aichi-san, I'll probably screw up somehow either way. All I need you to do is sing enthusiastically, that's all.
努力します。
And this is a school event, like, who cares? Like, you're not professionals, you're just going up there to have fun. If the vibe is good, that's all that matters. I mean...
おいみんな、コスプレ大会の発表もあるからそろそろ始めてくれないか。わかりました。
Let's go then.
楽しく行こうぜ。俺たちが楽しむことが一番大事だ。そしたら客も乗ってきてくれるって。あ、これは経験談だぞ。
よし、やっちゃる。
久々のライブだ。
続きまして、勇者によるバンド演奏です。それではどうぞ。
We walk up on stage, urged by Togakushi-senpai's announcement, and once all eyes are on us. As I become the focus of everyone's attention, I'm confronted by a wide variety of emotions. They all coalesce into a single jumbled mass of emotion overwhelming my senses. Bitterness and sourness fill my mouth, needles prickle over me. A cold chill runs down my spine. I've lost count of the sensations assailing me. My mind has turned into a mess. Yeah, his condition actually would make this so much worse. Never mind it. Maybe we have more of a problem than Aichi does. I feel sick. Shouldn't have agreed to this. After all, there's no way I can play feeling like this. So I thought, but strangely enough, the painful sensations subside little by little. As attention shifted to our star vocalist, Aichi-san, who's taken her position at center stage. I'm sure what's helping just as much as the presence of my friends beside me. Amid the audience, I can feel that there are students rooting for us. Ah, of course, negative emotions aren't the only ones that can affect me. That seems obvious in retrospect, but I've always avoided the limelight, so this is an entirely new sensation to me. And it's not bad, actually. These positive emotions and my support, I can confront all the different gazes around us from head on.
こんばんは。今日のハロウィンパーティー楽しんでもらえてますか？
It's so weird hearing her talk.
予想よりも多くの人に集まってもらえて、準備してきたものとしては嬉しい限りです。この後コスプレコンテストの発表もありますから、皆さん投票をよろしくお願いします。あ、すみません、長々と話をしてしまって、こんなに喋るつもりじゃなかったんですが、ダメですね。見てわかると思いますが、バンドユニット名ってあるんでしょうか？決めてないんですか？すみません。
This is so
決めて
awkward.
な
I
いそう
love
で
it.
す。
Our band doesn't actually have a name. Audience breaks down laughter. Aichi's nervous but wholehearted speech. Those of us on stage take comfort in the softened atmosphere and relax as well. Looks like Aichi-san is doing just fine on the mic. Now I'd like to get this done and over with.
とにかくですね、今日を盛り上げるために一生懸命練習をしてきたので、と言っても私は急遽歌うことになった代役なんですが、よかったら聞いてください。そして盛り上がってくれると嬉しいです。
As soon as Aichi-san finished talking, our song blasts to the gym. Okay. Song goes by in a haze. I can only give it my all, playing as hard as I can. Oh, they didn't give us a freaking video of it. I wanted them to do a little animated thing. Thought that would have been great. grand scheme of things, I may have learned a lot or invested much of an effort, but I know I'll regret it if I don't show everyone the fruits of my practice. This is the only song I know how to play, and by this point my hands can play it by themselves. Everything is going like our rehearsals. Actually, no, it's going even better. It's not that it's just my imagination. Very active playing the guitar just feels good. A large part of that is because of how well I'm playing, but maybe a bigger part of that is due to the vocals. Aichi-san's singing is clear and beautiful. We're nowhere near professionals at this, but even still, we sweep up the gym in fervent excitement. The excitement is contagious, spreading to even us on the stage. In the state of euphoria, I can no longer care how anyone looks at me.
すごいすごい。ねね先輩の歌声とっても綺麗で聞き惚れちゃいましたよ。
Aw, I'm disappointed that they didn't do more of that, though. Like, I mean, I wasn't totally expecting them to do, like, a movie type thing, showing it off. I think that would have been cool if they did, like, how they'll usually do, like a kind of a credits scene. I think that would have been cool if they did this as a build-up to maybe, like, getting into a character route after this. Just because they had those options not too long ago, too. I think it would have been cool if they did something like that. Did like a little credits saying, or just like showing the logo, like Sabbat. I think that would have been awesome, but probably not in the budget, right? And then we didn't even get to hear Aichi sing. I was wanting to hear her sing at least. Oh well.
ありがとうございます。でもやっぱり人前に立つのは苦手です。全然大丈夫ですって超盛り上がってましたからね。そう言ってもらえるのは嬉しいですが、盛り上がったのは全部演奏のおかげですよ。カイドウ君もカリヤさんも星野君もすごかったよ。ありがとう。なんか照れるな、そんな風に言われると。私もいっぱい失敗しちゃったのに。
What I will be disappointed though is if they don't have Wakana sing in her route. Like, I want to hear her sing, I want to hear her play.
確かに失敗しないことも重要だけど、今回の目的は盛り上げることなんだから、今はそんなこと気にしないでいいと思うね。
I don't know. That's also something that kind of comes from visual novels, just in general. I mean, at the end of the day, I think they're pretty niche. I mean, there's definitely some that have bigger budgets than others, right? That they can do like a big, grand animated thing. I would say Danganronpa is one of them. They did really big grand animated scenes. And you know, Sabbath the Witch probably not on that scale, of course, but I think that comes from it being niche. It probably doesn't sell as well, you know, that kind of thing. I would like one day, though, for visual novels to really, like, kind of take off. And I would almost say that they kind of have, in a way. I feel like I've definitely seen a lot more visual novels lately. Even compared to just a few years ago. Like, I feel like I'm really seeing a lot. And the quality has improved. I mean, even in other forms of media, like in manga, I've been seeing an improvement in a bigger number of mangas. You know, there's a lot of light novels, animes. Sorry, I was gonna say something else and I cut myself off, so I said animes, like I was gonna say plural. Anime in general, I've noticed a lot of them are getting a second season. Like, even shows that you're like, what? Like, never would have got a second season. Spice and Wolf is getting like a new reboot. Who would have thought Spice and Wolf is getting a reboot? Did Spice and Wolf deserve a reboot? Yeah, absolutely they did. Just because I feel like the inconsistency between season 1 and season 2, they used like 2 different studios, so like I feel like it deserved another chance to kind of shine and get people interested in the show again. So I'm really looking forward to that one. But just anime in general, I've noticed like the quality has just gone up so much. Like, the animation looks better. They're using CG still, which was a kind of a controversial topic for a while, but I've noticed the way they're incorporating it is so much better. Like the shows that actually put effort into making the CG just feel natural. Like, it, I don't even, I mean, I can tell, but like, I don't care. And normally I hated CG. CG was just bad. But it's gotten to the point where it's so good that I don't mind it at all. Like, it doesn't take me out of the experience, and that's like a wonderful thing. So I would really like something like that to happen to visual novels, where visual novels really get to this point where they can put money into it and they don't have to worry about it not selling well or just being too niche that people, they can't afford to do anything special. Sorry, a little bit of a rant there, but I love reading visual novels. It's harder for me to just sit down and read a book nowadays because I would rather have the text accompanied with a visual. I don't know. When I was younger, I could do it perfectly fine, like imagining things in my head, as I'm reading, and I still do. I still do that. I'm reading through what is that book called? It's about the Hiroshima tunnel. I can't remember the name. I'm reading it right now though. It's really good. I just started not so long ago, so that's why I don't have the name down. But that's really good. I guess it has a movie, but it's not released here. Anyways, we continue on. I'm getting so sidetracked. I'm just like thinking about all the stuff that I'm reading at the moment. I've been reading so much good stuff lately. I'm just like really like happy about where anime and manga and light novels and all that is at right now. It's just wonderful. And I want visual novels to keep improving as well. Which I will say Sabbat the Witch has been really good. Anyways, it's finally over. I feel like that's talking about my rant because I got so sidetracked. I'm just thinking of so much in my mind, and I just keep jumping around. Oh, thanks, Ida-san. How did you like it? What? Why do they say we sucked? I thought we did fine from the little bit I heard. You don't play punches, do you? Say that Ina-san genuine smile tells me she's just kidding around like usual. Okay, good. I'm like, I don't think he did bad. So I can sense how pumped up she is. Well, good. Should we thank you, Yukariya? Thanks for giving this your all, despite how sudden it was. Yeah, me too. Because this was a one-time thing. That's flattering, but I couldn't possibly. I'm just not cut out for this kind of thing. Guessing performing at a club is a lot tougher. That's so. Oh, there are bands that bad.
逆にどれだけ演奏が上手くても客が集まらないこともザラにある。だから多分今の俺らでもライブハウスに出ることは可能だと思うぞ。チケットノルマがきつくて泣きそうになるけど。
We definitely have no plans to continue.
そうなんですか？ライブするなら行きますよ、自分。
Okay, we need to continue practicing for Meguru. She wants us to be like, I don't know, in a band. Like she finds that attractive. We gotta do it. I'm flattered, but I seriously doubt if I kept up the lifestyle I had the last couple of weeks. Okay, well you don't have to go that hard. You can still practice just casually and improve. Left hand is killing me and I haven't slept well in ages. I also wouldn't be able to attend the club if I were to keep practicing. I mean, I don't think you'll progress super quickly, but I think you could practice like 30 minutes a day and still find improvement. I think you can do a lot of things for 30 minutes a day and improve on it. I mean, you're not going to do it that fast, but I think the thing about it is not necessarily the amount of time you're practicing, but the amount of consistency you have. If you're doing it every day and it becomes a part of your routine, your schedule, a part of your thought process, you're going to get better. You can apply that to a lot of things. I mean, I need to return to Aichi-san's fragments. Besides, it honestly feels good when people thank us after helping them. Pretty nice to do something for a crowd, but it's just not my thing. Helping people one by one in the OC suits me better.
それなんとなくわかるかも。やっぱり顔を合わせて相手の反応を見ながらの方が楽しかったりしますよね。モンカリの協力プレイとかもそうです。
Oh yeah, it's always more fun playing like video games in person. when you can. But I mean, I still have fun playing with my friends online too. It's just nice when you have a good group of people that you vibe with and you can just have fun. Like, I mean, I've been playing through the original Halo with one of my friends lately, and we've been just having a fun time. Like, we have some stupid funny moments. It's like, I've played that game multiple times. I kind of know what to expect, you know, but I've been playing with him for the first time. I used to play with his brother, and now I've been playing with him. And, you know, we just have fun. And sometimes it's just fun to do things, even if you've done it before with somebody new. Why do you always compare everything to? Well, I guess you have a point, actually.
そうだ。また新しいイベントが配信されてますよ。知ってました？
I'm guessing we're gonna play a lot of Monster Hunter with her during her route. Which you guys told me that Meguru's is the worst route, and I feel bad to hear that. I could see if they go down the route of just making her route entirely focused on Monster Hunter. Like, it's not gonna be great. You know, it was fine in the common route to talk about that, but I would like to get into her route and get to know her more personally, like more of her backstory and maybe other interests she has. But I was neck deep in base practice until now. I did take some short breaks to take my mind off practice, but Monster Hunter is too time consuming, so I don't touch it at all.
今度一緒にクエストに行ってあげますよ。
Yeah, sure thing.
任せてください。先輩の槍とは相性が悪そうな相手でしたからね。いつでも遠慮せずに言ってください。
Really, I'd appreciate it. Though aren't you going a little out of your way for me?
あ、いや、それはだって自分全然役に立ってないですよね。テストのことは教えてもらってばっかりで、パーティーも先輩みたいな活躍はしてないですから。
I mean, we were about to be in the same position until we ended up doing something. Taking on some crazy task, like trying to put a band together. I don't think that's true.
結局自分が得意なのはゲームだけですから、こんなんじゃ役に立ってるとは言えないと思いますけど。
I also find it interesting, between this and Cafe Stella, I'm planning on doing the redhead first in both of those. I just kind of realized that I'm planning on doing both of their routes. I would actually say both of them were not like my first choice for characters either. As far as like who I thought I would be interested in, but I don't know. I'll give Meguru's route a chance. I have liked the moments we've had with her in the common route. So if they give me a few more of those kind of moments, I'll actually probably enjoy it. I heard you did an awesome job baking the pudding and cookies.
あれは別に大したことじゃないですよ。
That is not true. I know some people who can't cook for shit, okay? So if you can cook something and you can follow a recipe and it's good at the end, you're better than a lot of people. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever tried those yet. I was blocking everything with the force of my mind, so I've only had a soda so far. There any left?
ここにありますよ。クッキーだけですけど、食べます？
Gosh, that's one thing I don't miss about parties like this. It's all sweets. So all you do is load up on sugar and you just like, it doesn't feel great. Like I would want some real food. But now that my mind's off the performance, I'm pretty hungry.
じゃあ、はい。でも普通ですよ。ただの普通のかぼちゃクッキーですから。
Fall has the best food though, because you think about like Thanksgiving, you're thinking about turkey and ham and all that good stuff and all the sides you get with it, like mashed potatoes or my family likes to do green bean casserole. We like to do like cheesy potatoes. I guess they're comparable to funeral potatoes. Is that? I think that's what most people would consider them as. It's pretty simple to make. You just mix like hash browns and then you do like cheese. I think it's mayo or something like that. And you just mix that together. You bake it. It's so good, so good. And then you got all the pumpkin stuff for fall, which you can never go wrong. Pumpkin pie. I love the cookies she offered me. Well, this is good. It's crunchy and it mixes savory butter and flavorful pumpkin. It's perfect. It's not too bland, not too sweet either. I guess you could call it a gentle taste. Do you really make these yourself? You didn't actually buy them somewhere.
そうですよ。自分が作ったものですよ。
Wow, color me impressed. That tasted amazing.
お世辞で褒めてません？
I'm not. I really liked it. Can I have another?
それは構いませんけど。
We're rizzing her up. See, we don't have to ask her for permission. Like, they're just set out there, but we're asking her. Like, we're making this personal connection. Like, hey, I'm eating your cookies, you know? We're rizzing her. Really good. I love them. What's with that look?
だってそこまでベタ褒めするのは怪
Ah,
しいですもん。
we did it wrong. You're being too cynical. You should trust me more. Obviously not lying. Just look at how many of the guests are eating these cookies.
まあそうなんですけどね。
See, you really are helpful. At the very least, I'm happy I could get a snack. I'm exhausted at that performance. The sugar will help a lot.
そうですか。ありがとうございます。
Meguru is interesting to me. It almost seems like she's trying to act like a tsundere, but at the same time, she, like, isn't a tsundere. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call her one. Like, she's not, like, trying to pretend she doesn't like us. I think she just doesn't know how to take a compliment sometimes. It kind of gets, like we said, cynical.
なんかそう素直に褒められると照れますね。あ、プリンも食べますか？取ってきますよ。待っててください。
I thought you said they were all gone. You know, Suns runs off in the direction of the pudding without waiting for my reply. Could've went myself. Oh, well, this is fine too. Yeah, because I thought they made pudding and cookies, and she said there's only cookies left. Exhaustion is hitting me hard now that all the tension is gone. So I can't deny that I really want to move. I don't really want to move much right now, but man, those cookies really work great. Can't wait to try the pudding too.
先輩、お待たせしました。
Someone holds out some pudding to me with a smile. I grab and taste a spoonful of it. Oh yeah, this is great too. This is better than the stuff you can get in the stores. I love it. I wouldn't mind you making it for me again sometime. Seem pleased.
だってそう言われると悪い気はしないんですもん。
Okay, I'm understanding now. So we have Toko, who's the mommy dami, and she's the one who's going to take initiative and call you a good boy, right? And then we have Meguru, who's the opposite. She's more submissive, and she's the one that wants to be called a good girl. Okay. Gotcha. Being serious, by the way, you just trust me and be happy.
わかりました。信じます。
Let's talk about the other girls. What do we think their personality is going to be like? Aichi, I think, is going to be resistant to doing anything, and then I think she's going to be really into it once she, like, finally embraces, like, oh, you know, you're in love with me, I'm in love with you, like, you know, let's do it, right? Tsumugi, I think, is going to be really resistant to a relationship at first, especially because of her, you know, what would you call that? Her quirk. I think she's not going to really want to embrace romance just because she can't really dress up girly, and she's gonna be like, oh, you can't love me, you know, I can't even dress like a girl for you. Like, that's going to be her kind of thing. Wakana, I think, is going to be kind of maybe similar to Meguru. I think she's going to kind of girly, doesn't really like compliments, and maybe she'll be a little bit tsundere too at first, but I think she'll end up opening up.
それに
That's my predictions.
気が向いたら何かお菓子を作ってきてあげても。
I definitely think Toko is going to be the hardest to kind of romance because I think she's very much in control. She's older and she knows it, which is why I love her. This is why I think she's best girl. Okay, I like that she isn't like a shy girl. I like that she's forward with what she wants. Look forward to it. All right, then we threw this party. Now it's time to enjoy it.
はい。
I feel like this party's taking forever to get through, and it's not because of the scene itself. I think I've just been talking so much. I feel bad. I hope you guys are like enjoying my commentary, just because I'm like, I just keep talking. I just like find something to talk about. I just go on a rant about it. Oh, now that performance is over. It won't be long before the party ends. I while away from the is it supposed to be I whittle away the time eating some snacks before the final event of the evening? I've never heard I while away.
それでは発表します。第1回姫松学院ハロウィンコスプレコンテスト投票数1位の栄冠に輝いたのは我らが元学生会長戸隠東子さん。
Yes. Okay, I'm glad the people have spoken.
いやどうもどうも
I feel like she had such an unfair advantage, especially because she's showing her boobs so much. Meguru-senpai takes the stage and waves at the applauding audience with a smile on her face. Next to her is Aichi-san. She only came in second place, but her applause is no less thunderous. I feel like she had a boost too because she was in the band, so that doesn't surprise me. Oh, they really finished in first and second. Their total vote tallies are far above everyone else's. That goes to show how important popularity is for these things. I thought Aichi-san singing in front of everyone just now would have given her the edge, though. I guess nothing beats a sexy costume. I mean, hers is pretty sexy too. She's showing a lot of her cleavage. I thought they're both great, but yeah, Togakushi definitely showing a lot more. Which is interesting, because I got this really, like, different vibe from her, like, the first time we got introduced to her, and then every time after that was really, like, more bold. Even from a distance, Togakushi-senpai is a knockout on that costume. Talk about an unfair advantage. I wouldn't be surprised if almost every guy voted for her. Looking around, I can see a lot of guys cheering for her. The gaze stops at one specific group set apart from the crowd.
稲葉さんもおめでとううんありがとうでも8位ってどう反応していいのか
十分すごいってなんだかんだでコスプレしてる人結構いたじゃん
実際に合ってるしだからもっと喜ばなきゃラジャーです
Roger.
全然固まったままだしだってほらこういうのってもっと有名な人がランクインするものだと思ってたしねね先輩や戸隠先輩なら納得だけど自分になんか一体誰が票を入れてくれたんだろう
We did.
あしらは
ああ、俺も稲葉に入れたぜ。
なんで自分に
うん、まあ、こないだの期間限定クエの俺。それにほら、うちのクラスでコスプレしてたの。
戸隠先輩みたいに有名な人に入れるのもいいけどどうせ入れるなら
そうそう遠くの有名人より一緒にケーキ食べ行った友達に入れるでしょ普通頑張れみたいな
This moment's really nice because this goes to show that like the events that happened before, like there's some continuity to it. Like we helped her kind of become more popular in her class, and now we're like seeing the fruits of that. So I really appreciate that.
ってわけでおめでとう稲葉さん
I'm assuming we voted for her too.
ありがと
Ima-san's friends all surround her and congratulate her on the top 10 finish. You can even tell from here that her face is beet red. Ah, that's great. Looks like her classmates all voted for her. Our eyes meet. Ima-san bows her head to everyone and then comes running over to me. You sure it's okay to ditch your classmates like
う
that?
まあちょうど話も一段落ついたところそれより聞いてくださいよなんだかすごいんですよ
Everyone seemed really happy for
そう
you.
なんですよみんな8位おめでとうすごいすごいって投票してくれたみたいなんですわざわざ自分に
That's great.
はい自分もすごく嬉しいんですけどでもいいのかなってなんか嘘みたいでクラスのみんなが自分のことで喜んでくれるなんて
That's why she suddenly ran over to me, huh? I think that's cute though. Like when she got so excited about something, like something good happened to her, like we're the first person she runs to. We're starting to be that close person or that important person that she has to tell everything, you know, anything that, you know, goes good in her life, she'll come to us with. Try not to use this kind of praise, I can certainly understand that. I mean, you could say that's like a best friend, right? But I feel like we're kind of going in a more romantic way. Goes to show how well you blended into your class.
そうなんでしょ
Dude, they wouldn't celebrate it so much otherwise. I mean, you were also really happy for our band performance, right?
はいそれはもう普段普通に喋ってる人があんな風にすごいすごいって
Don't you think your classmates feel the same way?
なるほどですそっかそっかみんなもそう思ってくれてたんだ
It's nice.
ありがとうございます先輩なんだかやっと納得できました
It's a bit funny seeing a girl who was all, I want to be popular, so they worry about this stuff.
仕方ないじゃないですかこういうの初めてだったしっていうかわざわざそんなことまで指摘しないでくださいよこの陰湿先輩
No, for real, I'm really happy for you. I've been worrying about you, you know? I was want to help you with your problems, so I was wondering about how things were going for
気
you.
にしてくれてたんですか？
Well, yeah, you seemed happy, so I figured things were going well. But now I can rest easy having seen the results for myself.
じゃあ気にかけてくれてたのは先輩の方じゃないですか？さっきめぐるの方が気にかけてくれてるみたいなこと言ってたくせに。
Let me say it again. I'm really happy to see you making such good friends.
その先輩のおかげです。
Yeah, it was definitely worth voting for you. I mean, it was just one vote, but she still ended up in 8th place and got congratulated by everyone. I feel like I meaningfully contributed to her success. It's almost like my success as well. Her classmates probably feel the same way. I'm really surprised she only got 8th place with like all the votes she received.
なんで先輩までめぐるに？
Well, because I thought your costume suited you better than anyone else's.
あれですよね。気にかけてくれたのの延長線上というかお情けみたいな。
Now, I personally don't consider her costume to be like a furry costume, right? But does Shuji consider it to be a furry costume? Is this him admitting to being a furry? Oh, you're just really cute.
何言ってくれちゃってるんです？
Why are you surprised?
だって
I think of all the girls, though, I can absolutely say that Meguru has like the widest range of emotions. I mean, Nene certainly does too. She has a lot. Togakushi, I feel like, is pretty stable. Tsumugi definitely like gets kind of embarrassed at times, but I feel like Meguru could go from like laughing and happy to like sad or to like shocked like this or mad. You know, she just has so many different emotions she shows quite often in a conversation. She's all over the place. Gotta be a ton of people who voted for you. That just proves how cute you are in that costume, if you ask me.
先輩も？
Hey, we're rizzing her up right now. We're just like calling her cute and stuff, and she's like eating it up. Of course. Blushing fiercely, Asana's rendered speechless. Yeah, this is the reaction I was hoping for when I voted for her. Oh, okay, we're making power moves and planning it out? Now I'm getting the urge to tease her even more. Now that I'm getting a good look at you, you really are super cute.
確か。
Yeah, I think your Wolf Girl costume is a perfect match for your cheerful and slightly mischievous personality. You weren't able to win against Aichi-san and Togakushi-senpai, but I'd say that's simply because they're more popular. You're definitely on par with them, though. Damn, Shuji is flirting. Like, I'm actually impressed. That's really cute when you're flapping your mouth like that. Okay, that's gonna get you hit.
先輩わざと言ってるでしょ。
How did we not get hit for saying that? Ah, you noticed.
最低。そうやってからかって本当は可愛いだなんて思ってないんでしょ。
No, I do. I wasn't lying. Really does have some great reactions. I think if he wanted to make that perfect, he could have like acted like he was about to walk away and said, "No, I wasn't lying about that," and then left. I think if you wanted to leave off on like such a good moment, could have done something like that. But he's just enjoying this too much, which I can't blame him because I did this with my wife. I used to do this all the time. I would do stuff like that to just catch her off guard. I knew what I was doing. Might have got a little too far with the teasing. We're at a party with someone having a little fun. Ino-san doesn't actually seem mad. She just has a complete loss for words. I feel like she's conflicted because she's like, okay, he's calling me cute, but he's also teasing me. Like, is he actually into me? Is he just complimenting me? Women get confused when you do stuff like this, and that's why it's great. Maybe she could use this as a chance to learn how to handle these situations better, though I admit it's a bit of a dickish justification.
いたいた。星名くん、めぐるちゃん。
Hi, Tsumugi. Hey, Shiva-san.
あれ？どうしたの？めぐるちゃん、なんか真っ赤だけど。なんでもないです。気にしないでください。
You were looking for us.
あ、そうそう。戸隠先輩からね、これを預かったの。
Camera?
せっかく今日だけの特別な格好をしてるんだから、記念に写真撮っておかないとね。
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Kind of attentiveness really drives home how she was the student council
という
president.
わけで、撮るね。どっちから行く？
Take a picture of me too.
そりゃそうだよ。星名くんもコスプレしてるんだから。
I'd really like a cute CG of them together, but I don't know if that'll happen. I guess, would she really want to pick of me?
どうして？
Not really nearly as photogenic as Hinoma-san. Besides, this is kind of embarrassing. Never taken commemorative photos before, aside from group photos from my class. While I'm wearing a costume, it's just my uniform and cloak.
ララ先輩、自分と一緒に撮りましょうよ。
Hinoma-san is incredibly enthusiastic for some
自
reason.
分が記念撮影の相手になってあげます。二人いっぺんでもいいんですよね、つむぎ先輩。うん、それは全然大丈夫だよ。なら決まり。ほらほら先輩。
Oh, was that a whip? How she slapped me on my back? Oh, she was slapping me. That was loud. Just a girl so slapped didn't actually hurt all that much. Okay, that's kind of sexist. My wife hits me all the time. Not abusively. Let me clarify. She hits me all the time, just jokingly, and it hurts. Okay, maybe I'm just a wimp. I don't know. For some reason, though, my whole body tingles a little.
先輩が気遅れなんかしてるからですよ。でも自分と一緒なら大丈夫ですよね。
Oh, there's this tingling I'm feeling. Actually, Inaba-san's embarrassment. Taking a commemorative photo together with Miss 8th Place would be an honor beyond words. Now I'm getting shy for a different reason.
ああ、もうまたそういうこと言ってわざとでしょ。本当にこの先輩は。これはもう意地でも一緒に撮らなきゃ気が済みませんよ。というわけで、つむぎ先輩。了解。
I see she was just trying to hide her embarrassment, just like I was. Now I realize that I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. My prior reservations are long gone. The other feet of Asana position myself in front of the camera Shiba-san is holding. I really like how they've done this whole thing, though, with the party. It reminds me of when I was this age. I don't know. It was just a good time. Like, you got nervous about things that really didn't matter. You were just goofing off, having fun with friends, and eating good food, and well, in this case, a bunch of sugary food. Life was just good. It seemed like some things in my life were like really important and really I don't know, things that seemed maybe like they're super important or made me super nervous weren't that important, and just having a good time with friends was what really mattered.
ようやく観念しましたか。
Especially girls. Because of you, since you apparently won't be happy until we do this.
それじゃあ撮るよ。
Gotcha.
せっかくの機会なのにただ並んで立ってるだけなんてつまらなくないです？
Please tell me, since she has like the cat pose or the wolf pose, that she's gonna do like that pose. Please.
だから。
Okay, that's still good. I can still appreciate that. I mean, that's a very Japanese thing to do. I'll say that, but I mean, I still like it. I don't know, she looks nice. I really like Meguru's CGs. Like, all the CGs she's been in have been really good. I'll say that's when I think she's at her best. And then there's us just looking like a hentai protagonist with our eyes covered. Why is she suddenly latching onto me? Hey, Inaba-san.
パーティーの記念撮影なんですよ。盛り上がってる風な方がいいに決まってますよ。
Need to look like we're having a good time. Wait a minute, didn't you say a while ago that clinging onto a guy's obscene?
今それ蒸し返す？逆にセクハラですよそれ。今は特別です。特別。
Yeah, like, I love seeing her kind of embarrassed face, and then she has her little tiny tooth hanging out.
それに別に抱きついてるわけじゃないし、ちょっとテンション上がって
What kind of excuse is that? She simply lashed herself onto me, so it's really alright with that. She really alright with that. Ina-san is on the slender side, but she's a girl, alright, so she's soft and squishy. Oh man, this is getting awkward in an entirely different way.
あれ？
What is it?
先輩、ひょっとしてものすごい照れてます？そうですか？顔真っ赤なんですけど。自分ちょっとくっついただけなのに。さては、ドキッと来てくれちゃったんですね。
Don't act so triumphant, you just took me by surprise.
それ認めてるのと一緒ですよ。そっかそっか。先輩ってば普段は陰湿なのに結構可愛いところあるんですね。
I like that she gained some sudden confidence here and is now the one teasing him. He's getting a little taste of his own medicine, I guess. Damn her, she's speaking nothing but the truth, but I can't say anything in return. How else was I meant to react? Of course that'll happen if she latches onto me like this.
撮っちゃっていいのかな。あ、ちょっと待ってくださいね。せっかくだしもっとくっついちゃいます。
I like how she's just getting every moment out of this she can.
大胆だね、めぐるちゃん。本当に密着だ。だってほら、こうしたら星名先輩
You're so embarrassed just a few minutes
先
ago.
輩も余裕があったらくっついてきてくれていいんですよ。
Oh, you got the balls too. Okay, this girl's getting way too carried
というわ
away.
けでつむぎ先輩、写真お願いします。星名くんもいいかな。
No, wait, since she said I could, take this. Ina-san jerks up with a start. All I did was put my hand around her waist.
何するんですか、このマチエロ変態先輩。
Damn, okay, we got that Riz. I just pulled you a little closer to me, look.
だからって欲しい。や
I love this. This is absolutely wonderful. Is her waist ticklish or something? She's wriggling around like she's trying to escape, you know? Her doing this up against it feels kind of good. I really don't want to let her go, but I guess I have to. Sorry, I'll let you go now.
まあいいですけど、このままで力を入れないでくれ
Okay,
れば。
she likes it. She likes it. Where it
先
go?
輩からもくっついてきてくれていいって言ったの自分。それにほら、自分も先輩がマジエロド変態なの分かっててこう。もうっていうか、さっさと取っちゃってくださいよ、つむぎ先輩。はい。先輩もほら、目線。それじゃあ、はい、チーズ。
This is so awkward. Chiba-san took the photo of us awkwardly glued together like that. I don't know, I really like that CG, and I like how they did so many different facial changes. It really fits her character. Like, she's a character that just goes from that to that to that. Like, she's just constantly changing her mood. So I really like that they did that with the CG, too. I don't know. I'm really sad now that you guys keep saying that Meguru's route's not that good, because I really like the moments like that we have with her. Like, it was kind of the same way with Keiko from Happy Mayor. Like, we had a lot of good moments with her. I mean, I would say Meguru is more interesting than Keiko, though. Keiko had a few deep conversations, but after a while, it just kind of felt like a repeat of the same ones we had. Gosh, we're still at this party.
ねね先輩。
How long
ね
is
ね
this
先輩
party?
も一緒にコスプレ記念写真撮ってもらいましょうよ。こんな抱きついた状態でですか。せっかくの衣装が見えなくなってしまう。そうですけど、ねね先輩可愛いからやっぱり大好きですって。ねね先輩もしてくださいよ。ほらほら。
I honestly think Sabbat of the Witch would make a really good anime, too. Like, I think they could do something with this. That's something I'd like to see more. I'd like to see visual novels adapted to anime. Is it going to be as good? Yeah, probably not. But some people only watch anime, and I'd like them to be able to, like, experience things. And I think anime is a really good promotional thing for the source material. Like, I've been watching a lot of shows, and I go look at, like, the community for them on places like Reddit, and they exploded after the anime. Like, people started actually getting into, like, the manga or the light novel for it, whatever, you know, it came from. Like, people get interested in that, want to continue it, or they want to go back and read it. I think anime is a great way to introduce people to things, so I would like to see visual novels adapted into anime. I think that would be a nice thing. I know some people don't like that because what if they screw it up? And there is examples, I think, of them screwing up. I think the one series I know did something like that, and it's not really well received, is something like the Science Adventure series. I think a lot of those adaptations, they actually adapt the visual novel into anime. A lot of them aren't really well received. But, like, you have, like, a Cultic 9, which I think was one people didn't like, or Chaos Child, I don't think people really liked. But then you have, like, Steins Gate, and people consider that to be, like, one of the greatest animes of all time. I do personally, too. But I like both the visual novel and anime, and I would love something like this where I can enjoy both. Sometimes it's just fun seeing something that you really enjoy animated and brought to life in that way. So, I don't know if you guys agree with me. Feel free to leave me a comment, let me know. But I would like to see more visual novels adapted, especially ones like this. I think these would be be great kind of slice of life, you know. It doesn't have to be super serious. It can just be fun. There's certainly enough material. I mean, these take like 60 hours to get through. I think they can make a few episodes of an anime out of 60 hours.
星野くん、稲葉さんを取られちゃったね。
On that subject, though, is there any animes that like have routes? Like essentially, like they covered that. I thought I heard of one a while ago, like Amagami. Like is that one that does like multiple routes? I don't know. It's all together. I think the way Clannad did it in the anime, where they had the canon route, right, like the true route, and then they had the OVAs that showed other like endings. I think those are really cool. I really like those.
もちろんシーバさん、みんなのこと取ってくれてるかなって。そしたら星野くん、パーティーの盛り上がりにかこつけて稲葉さんとの密着状態を堪能できてたのにね。
No, Toko, you can't see it. It didn't happen. I promise I still love you. Don't go making crap up like that. I was just making a move. Wasn't making a move on her.
稲葉さんの腰のくびれをぐっと引き寄せたりしてたよね。
Why, were you getting jealous?
お前は俺のものなんだよみたいな。
Why'd you say it like that? Like she said it like a dramatic page in a book. You look like you were claiming her as yours. I'm embellishing the facts. She hugged me and told me to do the same, so I just obliged, that's all.
今あやちさんにしてるみたいに。
Yeah, that's right. Hold on a second, now she mentions it. Didn't Inaba-san say I only hug people I really like before? Ooh, that's true. Why she's always hugging Aichi-san, but today she hugged me too, which means... Wait a minute, I'm just seeing what I want to see. I need to calm down. I can't forget about the situation that led to that. She was just paying me back for teasing her. She does tend to get carried away when she gets an idea.
こうでいいですか、稲葉さん。
They better not do this trope where they're like, oh, I read into it too much and I psych myself out like she doesn't like me, so I'm just gonna pretend she does. And every time she does something where it seems like she likes me, I'm just gonna be like, oh no, doesn't like me. I hate that. I really, really do.
バッチリです。それじゃあ紬先輩。
I just hate tropes where they put the trope in purely so the characters don't get together too early. Like they deny obvious flirting. Like I hate that. Ultimately, the excitement of the party is what made her do that. I'm sure it was a one-time thing. I was just getting the wrong idea. She was very much flirting with you. Like there's no denying that.
サノバウィッチ。
Ooh, that's cool. Got a little card. I like it. Oh, so we're in 5-1. I'm gonna end the video here. If you guys see this before I record the next one, I want to know, am I in a character route now? I don't know, though. This might be the last one. I'm assuming this is going to be the last one, and this is going to be a little bit more choices, and then we're going to make more decisions. I don't know. I don't know, because we did just pick... We did just pick, like, who we thought looked the nicest. So that might have been the indicator, but I feel like we might have a little bit more before we decide. Because I'm trying to remember from Cafe Stella. I thought it was somewhere around here where we started branching off. So it might be in Chapter 5. Anyways, I've talked enough this episode. You guys heard me talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you guys will let me know what you think about some of the things I was saying. Anyways... good episode though. I like the party. Wish they would have done a little bit more with the band performance. I feel like that was really anticlimactic. That's the only downside I'm gonna give this episode. Other than that though, the costumes are great. Getting a little bit of, you know, conversation with Inaba-san and having that CG and everything. I think that turned out really well. So, anyways, I'll leave it off here. I'll see you guys in the next episode and have a good one.